Dear Diary, today again I felt insecure. Today again I couldn't protect myself. I'm very much in pain and I can't tell anybody about it. I'm deeply hurt and lost. I could defend myself, but I didn't. And now I'm scared. Why me?
Dear ladies and gentlemen, I see all you have is so many happy faces. But just before my appearance, you have heard my sad, dissatisfied voice. You may be wondering, why is she so sad? I'm only 16 years old and I can be still inexperienced in public speech. But despite my young age, I have experienced some negative effects of our conventions. So now, I want to share with you my personal experience. Have you ever been bullied? And have you never been abused? Do you remember at your university years how your group mate have interrupted you and then you were shy? Or do you remember when your classmate have fought with your friend? And another question one. What is the definition of abuse for you? According to the United Nations, it's an illegitimate use of power through verbal and non-verbal behaviors. However, talking about my experience, I want to show you the expression of abuse from women's position. Women's position, you didn't overhear it. Today I want to accentuate my attention towards thousands of women who are being abused every single second in the world. Before accepting myself after facing both physical and verbal abuse, I've always asked myself one question. What have I done to deserve such kind of treatment? Something should be wrong with me if I have been abused. The morning I left to my lesson, I was with my friends. We took a bus. As usual, the bus was crowded, but suddenly, I felt that somebody was touching me, and that was disgusting. You may ask me now, why didn't you respond? I was keeping a silence. Why? Stress, fear, shock, stereotypes, these feelings were following me during the time. My friends, they were witnessing it all of the time, but they did nothing. Nothing. Ridiculous, isn't it? But before I could think about anything, stop asking her why she didn't raise her voice sooner. Maybe she never knew that she had won in the first place. Stop asking her why she didn't tell about it somebody. Maybe the only people she could talk to are the ones who taught her to swallow her screams. Here was one of the best and obvious examples of women's abuse, and every third woman in the world experiences it every single day. And that was my first ever reaction. First and not last. Possibly any other woman would protect herself by pissing off that man, but what about teenage girls who don't know the reality of physical abuse? And that was me, that teenage girl. And there are a lot of examples of it. One of the best examples is cat calling. Not that somebody's cat is calling you, but in a reality, cat calling is when ladies, just now, imagine you're walking on the street and somebody starts whistling at you or just signaling at you. What do you feel then? That unwanted attention makes you feel uncomfortable. Another example, being alone. because some weird elephant is wearing sunglasses. But in reality, pink elephant is a woman who has been abused by a woman. Sometimes in our community, women can't tolerate each other, and this problem exists, and this is related to expression of abuse. And many other examples, But coming back to my case. Again, you may be wondering, this girl has experienced that physical abuse, but she's standing here without any kind of fear. Why? The morning when my friend called me, she was crying. And she told me that she has experienced that similar abuse which I have experienced. Honestly, I was in shock. And that day, I told myself, stop, enough of me. I overcame my fear. I became stronger. It's tempting to wish pain for somebody who caused you pain. But don't let them make you become like them. Their biggest punishment is that they have to live with what they have done. Their biggest punishment is that they are who they are. But your biggest blessing is that you can feel the pain of injustice. Don't make pain lose your hope. Unfortunately, abusers existed in the past, exist now, and will exist in the future. And we can't change them. But we can change ourselves by becoming stronger. And never be ashamed of the experience. If you have been abused, never be afraid to share it with somebody. Because somebody will understand you. And remember that people will find a reason to judge you. So calm down, live your life, and heal. And if you're tired of hearing about women's abuse, imagine how women are tired of experiencing it. So if each of us would take a little step to defend each other, the world could be a little safer place for everyone. Thank you.
Dear Diary, today I'm so proud of the barrier I have created from the ashes that were meant to bury me. I'm so proud of how far I have come. Look how far you have come. You rose above what was meant to break you.